Hey y'all, so I'm so excited to be back. I am actually in real time today. I'm not going to do a voiceover for this one. I kind of wanted to talk along as I created, and so I thought this would be a fun time to tell you that I'm back. I also want to tell you a little bit about what's been going on and then also what I am up to. And so I have some exciting news coming up, and I'll share that with you as we go. If you hear kids in the background, I have one that's asleep and two that are still awake, and so you may hear them. That's kind of the part to filming in real time, is that you take the chance of something like that happen. Of course, I can still edit some of that out, but still, most of this it'll be unedited just because it makes it a little bit easier, and then I'll get this video up quicker too. Okay, so I wanted to share, I am doing a lot of reels on Instagram. So if you don't follow me, you can follow me there for just like really quick videos where I show like 1 or 2 embellishments at a time. And then I'll show other things as well. But this is an extension. This video will be kind of an extension of this border like cluster that I recently created. And I'll kind of share some ideas on like how I would actually like use something like this. So I'll create a few more with you while I talk. So the first thing I did, I have this, let me pull it. Let me make a lot of noise while I'm doing it too. Okay, so I have this like bin. I don't have a ton of scraps other than this. I mean, I do have paper all over. I have like some cardstock, that like colored cardstock, and I have some other random papers. But in terms of like smaller scraps, this is the main bin. At one point I tried to get rid of a lot of my scraps, or at least like scale them down so that I could, or put them all in like one bin so that I can like use what I want out of there, and then the rest I just kind of did away with. But anyway, or I gave them to my daughter, I think. But I have this bin, and so I pulled some papers out, some papers that I know are my style. A lot of this stuff I kept with things that I would actually use. And so the first thing I do is I cut up some papers like in thinner strips. You don't even have to cut them. You can honestly tear them. Like this would be such a cute little border right here. And then, so you have your base. So the base would be like the bottom layer. And once you get kind of the size that you want, so for instance, I'm going to pull my scissors out here. Of course, I don't know where anything is. Okay. So once you get like the size you want, you can even bring in like a border punch, which I love to do. I'm sure I'll screw this up on camera just because I'm trying hard not to. Let's see. So once you have that all punched, you can do like a torn look. You can do that type, like the scalloped look, or you can even, let's see if I have another one I can use. And this one, I think I'll just go with some plain cardstock maybe. Let me move that out of the way. Okay, so you can punch this and go all the way across. This gets kind of tricky. You just have to make sure. See, like right there, I left a little edge. That's okay. And then just line it up with the little guides here. Punch again. And then I actually probably don't need the rest of this. Like I cannot cut straight for anything. So this might be kind of wonky, but that's kind of the point. Like I'm the least perfectionist scrapbooker. Like I'm just not a perfectionist when it comes to scrapbooking. And so you'll see that I cut corners a lot, and that's just part of the way I like to do things. I like it really for the creative part. I don't want things to look perfect, because I think that would just start, for me personally, it would just start to like stress me out. So now that I have like my base shapes, I am just going to like cut some other little pieces here and there and add maybe some more little strips. You'll see that I didn't even worry about cutting that, like making it straight. I just honestly am trying just different things, trying to look at what I like. So I like the grid with this cork. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, it reminds me of like back to school type of stuff. I don't know, but I'm going to add this little piece probably in the back. And again, that's torn. So I have like a couple of little papers, like just different patterns, different links. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these because I feel like I like the way it looks. And so I don't want to really like overdo it or overthink it, if that makes sense. And so I'll place that there. Let's work on this one now. I like really love text. I know y'all probably know that. Those of you who've been watching me for a while know that I love my tiny text stickers and I use them on pretty much anything. I also love cork. I'm one of those that I feel like cork will never get old for me, but I feel like for other people it probably has. Okay, so I think I want a longer piece underneath this. So I have this like one sitting right here, so I may just grab it and see if I like that. I don't love that. So, and again, I'm trying not to like overthink, but I want it to look like the way that I want it to look, if that makes sense. So if you don't get the shape you want when you first like tear, just redo it. It's not a big deal. So I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and, the more layers you make, I feel like a lot of times the better it looks. But it's really up to you on how you want to do this. And so I have like 2 torn elements, and then I have something more straight, like something straight and more like precise in the back. I like that. I like that you kind of like can change it up. If it's like all torn, it kind of, I feel like it's like overdone, if that makes sense. So you want some straight lines and you want some things that look a little bit more wonky. And that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so I'm working on this one now. I'm gonna look and see what I have. I actually found this in like a little journal. What is it? It's the devotions, 100 days of prayer or 100 days of devotions. I think it's by Illustrated Faith. Anyway, so I think this would be pretty in the background. I also love black and white when it comes to scrapbooking. And I am just going to start finding some other little elements. So I have 2 layers here. Do I want something else? I kind of like the idea of maybe adding like one of these little strips here. It's already like in a strip for you, which I think is nice. Try not to make this video too long too, because then it'll take a year to upload. Especially because we kind of live more in the country now. So our, when I say country, we're still very close to like grocery stores, stuff like that, but it's a little further out. And so our internet is not as good as it used to be. Okay, so I have kind of like, this is kind of my guide here. So I have like a few different layers here. And then now I want to place some like smaller elements up on top. Like maybe change up. So a lot of these are straight lines, or I want to say like longer pieces, but nothing like really that has like curvature. So I want to add maybe like some little pieces that are scalloped, although there's the scallop border, but I kind of want to add maybe some circles here. And then, so that's nice. I like this one. I want to try to find maybe something else. I have this little bin that has like some random little just pieces that I kept because I didn't want to get rid of it. And so I love this green. I love the tone, like the 2-toned green here. And then I don't know if I want to do it maybe like more on the bottom. So when stuff is layered, I don't tend to like go off and like start a whole new cluster, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try to find a way to like make this work on this side. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all at all, but I may even use the smaller one that I cut here. Yeah, I like that better. And so I'm going to place that there. So you can still see the layers, but like I'm not getting rid of the layers completely, but I'm also just letting them kind of like peek through. I have some little hearts. Those aren't very little. I have some little hearts somewhere in here. I also have little clouds that could be cute. Maybe too much. I think the cloud will look pretty on that one. So I can either go with that cloud, the blue, or with the pink. Ooh, I don't know which one. I think I like the blue. Y'all are probably screaming at me saying pink in the background. Okay, so I think I like, maybe I could add like a little heart right there. Maybe I can do a little heart right there, and I can keep these pretty simple. And you know, I can always add my tiny text words too at the very end. That's always kind of my final piece. Other than like if I'm using ink or something like that, tiny words are pretty much my final piece that I add. Trying to see if there's anything else that I might want to add. What about a little butterfly? That'd be cute. Okay, so this one is pretty much done with the exception of maybe adding like a word. I have to be careful with words, and the reason why I say that is because sometimes, and I'll show you, I'll explain this in other videos, but sometimes like if you add a word that has like, let me just give you an example. I have to do general words. So if I put on here, you're my fave, I'm gonna have to use that for a specific picture. So for a picture of a friend, or a picture of my daughter and her friend, or a picture of one of my kids or my husband or something like that. But like I couldn't use that like on, I guess I could use that on a wide variety of things, but like there's certain things I couldn't use that on. If I used like exciting news, that's very specific. If I used hello, that's perfect, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of pictures where you can use that. And then same thing with like summer dreams. I feel like you can pretty much use this to document summer. So I think with that being said, I'll grab the summer dreams one. I really think this is super summery, so I'm going to use that on this one, and I forgot to adhere the heart. Okay, and I have this one. I'm going to leave this one alone because I like the words in the background. I think I'm going to add something to this. And you can go as far as you want, honestly. Like I said, you'll see like in real time, this isn't taking me that long. Let's see. I think I'll do joyful on this one. Yeah, that's super cute. Okay, so you can take this further. I'm not going to pull out my sewing machine. This one has sewing on it, you can see. And that's going to be like my #1 go-to thing. But if you want to like do super quick, something really quick and easy to make this a little bit more interesting, my go-to option is you can either like add a staple. So I normally like to staple something. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me get it a little closer. I normally like to staple something, like on the edge, if that makes sense. So it'll look like it's holding the sticker on when really it's not, if that makes sense. And then I may just like add 2 right here. Okay, I have this little journal here, and I'm just going to kind of flip to maybe a page that I would want to use for this particular, I like this because it's kind of, there's some neutrals in there. So I have my picture and a little bit of a background. I may even like tuck something else in here. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I like that. And then I may honestly just like add, ooh, I love that. That's cute, but I feel like it's too much green. I don't know. Maybe y'all don't feel that way, but I do. So you can use it as, I said it was like border cluster. So you can use it obviously as like a border. So it separates a little bit of that green, which I really like. And then like I honestly may add just a little bit more, and that's it. So while I'm kind of like adhering this, I'll tell you why what I've been up to, what I will be doing soon, and kind of anything in between. So obviously I had my 3rd baby back in November. I almost forgot, gosh. Okay, back in November. I get them all mixed up, all their birthdays. But anyway, I had my 3rd baby back in November. I took obviously a lot of time off. I was super busy with the newborn life and going back to work and stuff like that. And so I got back on Instagram recently and started like filming reels, and I've been really into that. But part of the reason why I'm filming this video is to tell you guys that I'm back and that I want to do more videos like this that are real time, kind of takes a little bit more of the pressure off of editing, a little bit more pressure to like do well on like live, but a little bit of pressure off of the editing and just kind of being able to upload and add my links and that kind of thing. But also because I am relaunching Patreon. Just really quick, I don't want to go into too much detail right here. I may create like another video or tell you guys more on Instagram. So please follow me on Instagram, and I'll link that down below. But part of what I wanted to tell you guys about is that I'm relaunching Patreon. So I'm hoping to have some patrons. I have all of the details on my page. You can follow the link and look and see if there's anything you're interested in, or if that's something you might want to be a part of. I have come up with lots of fun little designs, scrapbooking patterns and ephemera, and so some of the tiers will include that. I'm also going to include videos like this, which is why I'm kind of testing this out and seeing how I like it. And just check the link below, see if that's something you might want to be a part of. I'm looking forward to this so much. I really feel like I'm ready this time, and I feel like I know what I'm doing, and I hope that you guys will all join me. There's a lot of fun perks, so please like read over them and just see if they're, like I said, if anything interests you. I can't wait to get started on the rest of those videos and to show you a little bit more content and a little bit slower paced videos. And for those of you who have reached out while I've been gone, I so appreciate all that. I feel like that kind of helps me feel motivated or stay motivated in a way. And so those of you who have said you've missed my videos, or you wished I still created YouTube videos and not just like reels, I appreciate that, because that's really helped me kind of like get back on the bandwagon, if that makes sense. So I am going to finish this page up. I think that's pretty much it. So I did create a little cluster here. I probably could have just pulled one from my embellishment drawer that I have, but I did create one there just while I was talking. Here's my little border piece. You'll see that all I did was add it. I just adhered it there, and then I have a page that's completely done here. You can obviously add anything else, but I feel like that's perfectly fine and enough. Okay, well, check out my links below. I will leave everything there. I had so much fun hanging out with y'all, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.